Some monsters grow larger every time you try to fight them. The harder you run, the closer they seem to follow. The more you struggle against them, the stronger they appear. And sometimes, the thing chasing you is not a monster at all, but a part of yourself that refuses to be ignored. This is Symbol Tales. Long ago, in the mountains of Tibet, there lived a man named Milarepa. Today, he is remembered as one of Tibet's greatest spiritual teachers. But his path to wisdom was neither easy nor peaceful. After years of study and meditation, he withdrew into the high mountains to seek enlightenment in solitude. He lived alone in caves among the rocky cliffs, surviving on little more than wild plants and spring water. Winter winds swept across the peaks. Snow covered the passes for months at a time. Days could pass without him seeing another human being. Yet Milarepa remained. He spent his time in deep meditation, seeking to understand the nature of suffering and the hidden workings of the mind. One evening, after returning from gathering food, he approached the cave where he had been living. Something felt different. The air seemed strangely heavy. The shadows near the entrance shifted in ways they should not have. When he stepped inside, he stopped. The cave was filled with demons. Some were enormous, their heads brushing the ceiling of the cave. Others crouched low among the rocks with glowing eyes that shifted colors. Their faces twisted and changed with every glance. Some laughed with cruel voices, others snarled, and a few simply stared in eerie silence. Even Milarepa, with all his years of training, felt a surge of fear. The sight was overwhelming, but he remembered his teachings. Everything that appears in the mind has a cause, and everything can be met with understanding. So he sat down calmly in the middle of the cave and began to teach. He spoke of compassion. He spoke of wisdom and the path that leads beyond suffering. As his words filled the cave, many of the demons began to change. Some shrank and faded like mist. Others simply vanished into thin air. Yet not all of them left. Several remained, still watching him. Milarepa continued through the night, reciting prayers, explaining the Dharma, and offering blessings. One by one, the remaining demons dissolved until only a single figure stayed behind. It was the largest and most terrifying of them all. Its eyes burned like hot coals in the darkness. Its teeth gleamed, and its presence filled the back of the cave like a living shadow. No matter how much Milarepa taught or prayed, this demon refused to leave. Hours passed. Milarepa began to doubt himself. Had his practice failed? Then a deeper understanding dawned. Perhaps he was still treating the demon as an enemy to be driven away. He stood up and walked straight toward the creature. The demon did not move. With every step, its form seemed to grow even larger and more imposing. Its shadow stretched across the walls. Yet Milarepa kept walking until he stood directly before it. He bowed respectfully. "I see you do not wish to leave," he said gently. "If this cave belongs to you, then I will share it with you." Still, the demon remained. Even now, Milarepa realized, a small part of him hoped the creature would disappear. A hidden resistance still lingered, so he did something extraordinary. He leaned forward and placed his head inside the demon's open mouth. "If you wish to devour me," he said with complete calm, "then devour me. I have nothing left to defend." The cave fell into absolute silence. Even the wind outside seemed to stop. For a long moment, nothing moved. Then, the great demon began to change. Its terrifying form grew transparent. The burning eyes softened. The massive body dissolved like smoke in the morning light until it vanished completely. The cave was empty once more. Milarepa sat down in the stillness, filled with profound peace. At last he understood. The demons had never truly been outside him. They were his own fear, pride, and hidden attachments. The more he fought them, the stronger they became. The moment he accepted them fully, without resistance, they lost all power. Milarepa remained in the cave and continued his practice. In time, stories of his wisdom spread across Tibet. People traveled great distances to learn from him. Yet of all the tales told about Milarepa, this encounter with the cave demons endured. Not because he defeated a monster through force, but because he overcame it through complete acceptance. And that is why this story is still told today. For the people who first shared it, the cave was a symbol of the human mind itself, and the demons represented the fears and inner obstacles we all carry. The universal lesson is this: sometimes the things we fear most grow stronger, the harder we fight them. True freedom often comes not from resistance, but from deep understanding and surrender. When we stop running and turn to face our inner shadows with an open heart, they lose their power to haunt us. If you enjoyed this tale of courage, wisdom, and inner transformation, share it with someone who needs strength to face their own fears. Thank you for listening. Until the next one.